Hello and welcome back to your favorite JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 9 JoJo Lands podcast. I'm Jim.
I'm Sam. And Jim's the last one of the year.
The last one of the year! Oh, that means we need to do our year in review for JoJo. Soon.
Yeah.
We'll do that soon. This
That's
will
a
be
January
fun.
thing.
Yeah, it is a January thing. So we're going to talk about we're double digits, Sam. We're chapter 10 of JoJo Lands.
Yeah, like a first, full year or almost full year of JoJo?
Nearly a full year. Isn't that crazy to think about things like that?
Yeah. I know, it's wild. And yeah, we're cooking, man. I think we're starting to really cook with like a villain of the weeks are finally showing up that aren't a cat.
I have to say, there's something kind of magical about this chapter.
I love this chapter.
The way, especially the way the enemy stand user works. It's I'm getting huge like part 7 vibes in a good way.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Really made me think of what's his face, Wika Pipo with his his stand that gives you ataxia. All right.
Yeah, it's a lot of like very unconventional kind of fight to it, not just like figuring it, like a weird thing is happening. I gotta figure out. It's literally like a CQC fight with like a superpower going on, like a comic book superpower. It's great. But first, we have to give a shout out to the JoKaks on the Patreon.
We love our JoKaks. So you know the drill. If you want to kick us some money, show some support, we will read your name right at the beginning of every JOKAKAKA episode. Mm-hmm. So this month we are sending a big thank you to Classic Andy, Harrison French, Perpetually Angry, REN Blintz, Sabbat, SBN Rustic, Blueface, Call Me K, Illicit Pencil, Nino Nen, and Tactical Zebra GJ. Thank you. We do have a lot of these. Maybe we should start getting a little more choosy with who we shout out.
Single one? It depends, or just like have a name one and then just have like a name drop card. We get enough of them at the end.
Yeah, that's probably better. But hey, we love showing love to our biggest, most epicest lords out there.
Yeah.
Our army of internet soldiers. So we salute you.
Don't call them that. Don't call them soldiers.
They're internet soldiers, Sam. All right, so I don't know if you're aware, Sam, but the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Phantom Blood musical is fucking going to be performed in February, and we need to go.
We need to go to every theater, not understand what they're saying or singing.
Hey, I mean, most of the time when characters are singing, I can't understand them anyway, so...
I love a good anime manga stage play. I just get so many laughs from it.
So, Dark Clouds hang over Hawaii. I didn't notice this the first time, but I wonder if this is a little foreshadowing in the fact that they're definitely not going to get their flight back.
No. Also, the color spread before that, they made like the lava rock like green.
Wow, I didn't even notice that. I do want to say, so I don't know exactly if this is just the scan, but the cover of Jump, so JoJo Lands is on the cover, and the colors on the cover are more vibrant than on the actual like splash page. Where there's no text over it. So I don't know. Is that literally like, did Jump make the cover more like vibrant, and then the original Rocky art was more saturated or desaturated?
Probably because you have to have it so like the cover kind of jumps at you. No pun intended.
Shut the fuck up.
It's literally like clickbait 101. We kind of have to make the cover bright and like so people point out like, hey, I'll pick out this manga book in my 7-Eleven.
I know that I'm not a Japanese reader, obviously. But there's something so chaotic about the way that the text is splayed all over this cover that I can't even read it. It kind of like the text is kind of in line with the background, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
To me, this feels like an extremely iconic. Like we're gonna be seeing this pose, this key art of Jodio and Dragona. I feel like we're gonna be seeing this for a long time coming.
Until the next volume cover.
Yeah, probably. But it's pretty cool. I like it. Araki has been in his orange period lately. Like. the past few years, I've noticed that he's really favored orange as a as like the main color whenever he does like a big painting or an illustration. So
Yeah, let the man use his oranges.
hey, I think orange is a underutilized color. I think it's pretty powerful, so it often like stands out a lot. But I think that
Yeah.
makes people afraid to use it. So Araki, the true king that he is, made not only Jojo's suit but his hair also orange.
Yeah, it's funny. The Dragona looks like they have like the Hermes color scheme, like the green.
Oh wow, yeah,
Very kind of
that's
similar to that.
interesting.
Yeah, JoJo dyes his hair canonically like that.
I think he just gets a lime and just squirts a lime in his hair. That's why the rock being green is very funny. But as we know, there's no canon colors in JoJo. That's the thing.
There's green lava is the special one. But yeah, I guess we'll start with like, we still have to call him Pseudo Paco because he doesn't have a name yet either.
Yeah, I was really so I read this chapter super late just because I've been very busy with work, and I was very surprised to not have things spoiled for me, and also that he doesn't have a name yet. I was kind of shocked by that.
So Pseudo Paco, I guess, is still gonna be the name.
Also, it seems like he's definitely not Dr. Wu, which I'm very
No.
happy about, and like I would have bet like $100 on him.
Yeah, but it would have been very funny. But he seems to be a rock human because he seemed to say "What are you?" a lot throughout this chapter.
It definitely does seem like he's a rock human. We're getting so much
American rock humans.
We're getting so much attention to like the material of his skin, and Paco cannot like wrap his brain around it.
And this did like one of my favorite things, which is just like CQC in like stand era JoJo, where like they're not just punching with stands. He's like using their like it's like a part 7 where like using their body stand as like the CQC.
This is what I wanted to see. Like I've been out of all the stands, maybe aside from smooth operators, the hustle has confounded me, and I've been dying to see it in action. And like Araki just continues to deliver with the weird uses of the hustle. He even says "do the hustle" when he flexes, which is
and it
fucking
kind of
sick.
And it kind of designates him as like the team's best close range fighter in a way, like an actual fighting ability, not just like smooth operator going there to like mess up your face a little bit or like knock you out because of it.
Jodio has like the area of effect with his November Rain, but Paco,
Yeah, he inflicts
Paco
status
could like
ailments.
fucking destroy you with like his fingernail.
He's like we got like he's like the monk. The Jodio has like all like the status effects that he can just apply to you. Like everybody got their own weird use to it. That's what I kind of love. But yeah, we see his really fun uses. Like we just do the hustle. He can like he just blocks with he grabs like a chair with it and swings it versus like side, which I love.
Yeah, it's just very sick. I love all the stupid little he like so he grabs a chair with his like abdominal or his I guess they're his what lat muscles, like the side muscles, like they're kind of in his back, and throws it. He fucking grabs and throws a chair at Pseudo Paco with his side muscles. That's so fun. It's just very fun, Rocky.
This is a fight that anybody can just see like normally and just be like, well, holy shit, this is actually supernatural stuff going on.
Yeah, really. Like, oh, also we didn't. So Jodio got stabbed in the throat, but
he's fine.
He's fine.
He puts a band-aid. Literally puts a band-aid on it. It's fine. We move on.
Literally puts a band-aid on it, which is very funny. I like how I don't know when it's said. It's not said this early in the chapter, but there's a part where Jodio's like, if he was a real assassin, he would have been able to cut my throat perfectly instead of only grazing it, which is kind of like setting him up to kill Dragon at the end of the chapter. But we get our first like proper look of this guy's face. It's cool because he still has like the Paco eye like black
eye lines.
Yeah, the like I don't know what you call that, like the black,
goth eyeliner makeup.
His goth eyeliner. But his hair is totally different, and his eye shape is totally different as well. And
the fact that he's like sand, like it's like a his rock fragments are like sands with different colors.
This effect is so fucking cool. It's one of those things that like Araki uses it several times in this chapter, and I'm shocked that he never used an effect like this before, where like there are certain elements of the character that are just like a drawn line, but a lot of
Yeah.
it is transparent, or like the backgrounds rather are transparent. It's almost like if you've ever used like a drawing program, when you like select like the wrong aspect of like a background and delete it and like it's not there anymore. That's like the effect, but it looks so cool. I
Yeah.
love this. It looks awesome. So basically, like, my impression is that whatever his stand is or how he's using his stand, he's able to like fool you into seeing like illusions. It's like those like books you get when you're like 9 years old. It's like which one of these sticks is longer?
Optical illusion books. Yeah.
He literally is like optical illusion man, which is sick. I love that.
And he has like this weird he has like the sand effect on his face all the time too.
Yeah, there's
Like,
always like all this little shit around him, which I definitely don't like make fun of. I would never make fun of anybody for being like, oh my god, Doctor Wu, because it is visually very similar to Doctor Wu. But just knowing how Araki works, like, he would not bring back Doctor Wu. That's not something that Araki would do.
He's a ball of tape somewhere.
You get
in
one
the dumps.
Ojiro in your fucking lifetime. You get one of those, but never between parts. Like, that's not a thing that happens.
Yeah, I don't know. We want that part 8 connection more.
Which it seems like, I mean, this guy is like unequivocally got to be a rock human, unless Araki's setting up like a funny red herring. So I mean, we have that. Like, we didn't really have rock humans in the same way. I don't know if we had them at all really in part 7. I can't even remember. So long ago.
I don't think so. No.
No, we didn't really. No, rock humans weren't like a thing. So
Jesus may have been a rock human. Here's my hour-long essay about it.
That's why his abs were so sculpted.
Only rock human didn't crumble upon death. But he does some things with the hustle in this fist fight that kind of like looks like it sends it like through him and kind of like blows up like or like makes his like arm spasm out.
It's almost as if he is able to like. It's kind of like dropping like
hustle through them.
What's it called? Like dropping like a rock in a pond and there's like ripples. It's like he's able to like ripple like Haman fucking style his muscle energy into the other guy to make him have like a weird like muscle spasm. It's very cool. And it also
100% control.
It makes him even scarier because like
oh yeah,
the whole like I mean when they first described Paco's power, I was like, there's almost anything that we can do with this, and we are seeing almost anything happen.
It's like the Planet Appraiser stuff where like, oh, he can just do a lot of stuff with his ability, and this is like what Araki's gonna have fun with the most.
Yeah, it's really open ended, and like I love that he catches the knife in his muscles. That is so fucking sick. Like, it doesn't get much cooler than that. And then that's when he like punches his own muscle to like send a muscle shockwave into the shoulder of our assailant. I love it.
Yeah, we gotta wait for like the hour-long explanation that Rocky will drop before like a chapter or like in a volume.
This is okay. That is a great point. I love shit like this. That is so. It's so easily explained visually that I don't need to have a character narrate. Like, I don't need to have like Giorno be like. Giorno probably wouldn't do this. I don't need to have like a character be like, I'm going to punch my muscles in the perfect way to send a muscle shockwave at him. Like,
that's very part 1 or part 2 thing to do for like when this punch, Haman powers thing. So
yeah, I'm getting big Haman vibes from it, just because like the whole idea of like sending like energy through your body into someone else.
And it feels like Jodio is like gonna have the least creativity with his stand as of right now compared to everybody else.
It really does seem the only time we've seen it kind of be weird is that he was able to like defy gravity just by like pointing his stand a different direction.
But that's just also like a drawback to his stand of like he needs to like angle it sometimes when he's like stuck above.
Which I feel like we'll never see that ever again. That's kind of if I could make a late addition to my bingo board, it would be that we will never see Jodio use his power in that same way.
Yeah, as we know, things can change. And then
early JoJo, like the first 20 chapters of a JoJo part, basically might as well not be canon compared to like what happens later on.
Becomes the powers, yeah.
Yeah.
When he's choking him, he just like pseudo Paco. He just looks like a like a part 3 villain where he's just a weird, like ugly guy with like weird hair. Like you don't even bother to learn his name until you like 10 years after in like an art book.
This is so cool. So the second that I saw the clouds, I got like huge part 6 vibes. And then I immediately was like, okay, those clouds have to be important. There's no way he would draw them that way unless they were going to be important.
Yeah.
And this is so fucking cool. Like, this is going to be me this most of this episode, just being like, the visuals are cool. I fucking love them. Like, the way that he, like, puts his hand in the sky, like, makes it look like his hand is in the sky, is so cool looking.
He becomes the background art. It's like the coolest thing.
This is, like, insane to me that, like, so Araki has been doing JoJo for close to 30 years at this point, I think. I think we passed 25 a few years ago. And to just like I mean, I've really enjoyed part 9 so far, but this chapter for some reason is like striking a humongous chord with me. Like the visuals of this chapter are just so next level, and it just shows that Araki is just always like reinventing things to make them cooler. Like I'm so inspired by Araki right now.
Yeah. He's having fun doing all this, and I think like when you have like I don't know, when you have the stands that aren't just like the most broken things that our main characters have, it's like he can just have fun with it, like weird stand fights that are very unconventional, like
yeah, it makes it more fun.
Muscle Punch Man versus like Sandman. I guess it's Sandman number 2.
As much as I love Gappy, like don't get me wrong, I love him. Like Soft and Wet does not let's say late Soft and Wet does not have the kind of like wildness that like Johnny had with his stand ability. Like there's like early on Soft and Wet had like kind of a strange, like he's trying to kind of understand like the abilities it has. But
well that changes too, just like, you know, in part 5 and part 6 stuff, and part 4 where Josuke got kind of lost his like ability to like fuck up stuff that he heals.
Yeah, that kind of goes away. The quirk, that little like
Starfinger.
Well, okay, we've litigated Starfinger before, but like I think that's a really good point. Like Paco's stand really does like make this fight much more interesting and fun because he needs to get up close, and how perfect it is that the enemy's using his stand like affecting the background. It's very fucking cool.
A fight that you could do in like manga, which I don't. If they ever animate this, like I'm wondering, this is like supposed to be like something like in the sky, but it's gonna look like a visual, like it's like in the sky, but it's close by. Like it's a weird thing to like try to translate in like.
This just proves that manga is a superior medium to anime in almost every example. That's the first thing I thought when I was reading this, was like, this is an effect that, unless done perfectly, is probably not going to look as good in anime. And also, I'm just thinking of that one scene from Chainsaw Man with the curse nail. How fucking incredible that scene was in the manga, and how good it was in the anime. Like, it was cool in the anime how they did that scene, but it wasn't as cool as like the curse spirit literally like appearing from out of the panel to affect what's happening inside the panel. That shit is gonna win my love and adoration for years to come, rather than like a cool like CG effect that they did with the Denji, or not Denji, with the Katana Man getting cursed. I mean, it looked cool in the anime, but like, come on.
Yeah, but even in there, when he's telling him to put a band-aid on his neck, like you see like his arm, like the one shot of like how much he extends his arm to go for the stab on Jodio. Like,
oh yeah, that's a really good point.
It's like a Dao Sim from Street Fighter, stretchy arm like from like the void. It's very interesting. I can't really describe like the art.
And if he is similar to Dr. Wu, then it would make sense that he'd be able to kind of like change his body shape at will. So that is really cool. Also, literally tells Jodio to put a band-aid on his throat wound, and
he did. He had a band-aid in his pocket conveniently.
I like to imagine that he just found it on the floor.
Yeah, and he really hammers in there like, what is he? Is he even human? Like, no, he gotta be human, but his skin's like sand. Like he's like a subspecies of rock human, like I say, like an island rock human that are just like sand or
I
like
actually love that. It's like he's like the Alolan version of a rock human.
yeah, a lone Doctor Wu.
Um, then we smash cut away to our goof squad. You know how like in One Piece people call like the the muscle team, or like Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy are called like the muscle squad or whatever. There's like a cute fan name for it. And then Chopper, Zoro, and Nami are called like coward squad. I feel like we kind of have like the muscle
Zoro.
squad and the coward squad.
Yeah. I mean, this is also just like, what if in part it's the people that like fuck off in part 3 fight with the one person or two people fight a battle like came back in the middle of the fight to like
Paul Nerv is just like enjoying like a nice like tea somewhere while what's his name, Jotaro's dying in like a sewer grate.
but like they come back like, hey, we're in danger, we gotta get a fight, and they still goof off despite like Jodio
Incredible.
being stabbed in the neck.
The vibes are immaculate here. That's all I can say. Also, I love like so they leave the watch store and Dragona is really fixated on like the watch coming back to her, and fucking Usagi is literally somehow has like champagne, and
that
they
was
start
the one they took
drinking.
from. Isn't that the one they took from the mansion?
Oh, was
I'm
it? I thought they just got it from or maybe it's not champagne. It looks like wine actually, but. Oh yeah, Dragona says, "Man, where'd Rohan get this?" So, it was
we're
from
under
a-
it. Like, be sure not to drink until age 20.
Extremely hilarious that he wrote until age 20, because in a fucking America where they are legally cannot, like, age 20 is legally not the drinking age in America.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, we kind of get the typical like, this is the work of an enemy stand. Be like, pay attention, and half of them don't pay attention.
It's so fucking hilarious to me that like the juxtaposition of Jodio thought he was dying a second ago to like
He was pouring blood out there, but all we needed was a band-aid.
yeah, it was a really
But
good band-aid.
what I do love, like, yeah, his knife skills suck, because if he was an assassin, he would have like killed us by now. So he's just like a thug. He's like the grunts in like Yakuza games that just have a small knife that you can just like beat up very easily, despite being like getting a stab from him.
Yeah. And it's kind of cool because like even though our characters have the numbers on him, he brings up the point. Paco mentions like, oh, this guy actually knows about he knows more about the rock than we do, and that's ultimately how he wins.
He even says like, oh, he's weird. It should be a stand ability, but like he kind of said he's not even 100% sure if it is a stand or is this is just like something. Is this his part of him? Like he's kind of like torn between that. It feels like.
Yeah, and the way that Paco describes it, I'm just gonna read it word for word. He says he fused his form with the friggin' clouds. I couldn't tell the difference between him and the clouds that were kilometers away. And that just adds to like how cool the effect is, because visually that's like the effect you get, but to have a character also like reiterate that makes it's one of those things like in your brain you can almost imagine like what the character what they're experiencing, but it's so outlandish that it's like impossible to picture.
They should have had like these civilians like blow like a vape cloud over to them and like shape from the vape cloud.
So yeah, there's a Joshu and his side bitch come out.
Okay, so yeah, everybody laughed at Joshu, but actually, like they posted. I saw a post about like who he's based off of.
Oh,
and so this is shout out to the JoJo's Bizarre Encyclopedia Twitter, because they posted this thing I saw, and so the character's name is Leo, who's most likely based off Japanese French painter Leonard Sugiharu Fujita, and he's well known for several paintings of cats. I'll try to send it to you real quick.
Fujita,
and
I found him.
You found him? All right.
Oh, I definitely see the resemblance.
Yes.
These are really cute pictures of cats. I really like this art.
And he looks like him, so I assume that's the reference more so than Joshu fans trying to think, oh, this Joshu's Chad and has an arm again.
Joshu had his he's having his Chad arc right now.
His popular phase.
Yeah. But so yeah, ultimately they're the couple that bought the fancy watch. And
the watch that
Dragona
went
is so
missing,
fixated.
more particular.
Yeah, Dragona is so fixated on this
that she ignores the threat, the looming threat that's like hidden in the clouds right now. The monsoon from Metal Gear Rising, just waiting to ambush you from the clouds.
I do have to say, like, I feel like a lot of times in like a fight when like a character gets distracted, it feels a little contrived. But for me in this case, like Dragona is like unlocking like a deep secret to like the universe here with like how this rock is working. So I think it makes a lot of sense that she would be so fixated on it. It's not that she's like only fixated on the monetary aspect, that this is like a, what is it, like almost $100,000 watch, but like the fact that this is literally like the laws of reality are like breaking in front of her. I think that makes a lot more sense as to why she's like cannot look away from the watch.
Also, just like, Usagi pose where he's like, it just looks like the Gangnam Style dance, but his arms are crossed instead of like doing like the arms forward.
So what they kind of discover, or they kind of verbalize like one of the other aspects to how the rock seems to work, which we've talked about a lot, and like there's kind of a perceived value. So the way that they verbalize is that like if a character or if somebody feels something, if they feel like something has value, that's what causes the stone to work its magic and like bring it back to you.
I guess according to the person that's holding it anyway.
Yeah, I think we'll need to see more, because like they talk about like this idea of greed as well, so it's kind of interesting. I really just love this as a setup for like some kind of late utilization of the stone, like a character snagging an item from another character just because they want it more. I think that's really fun.
Or like since they don't have combat abilities, they have to use this like rock to get like something worth money to like help them fight against something.
Get like a
gun.
A gold-plated deagle, yeah.
Golden deagle from Call of Duty 4.
That would be pretty valuable. It's plated with gold.
It'd be fun to see how they expand more of the lava rock.
I can't wait. I mean, this chapter alone has got me so like, I was kind of like, JoJo, like, you know, I like JoJo, but like lately I've just been kind of like, yeah, JoJo. But reading this chapter, I was like, oh yeah, like, damn, Araki's still got it. He still got them tap shoes, and he's still
if these were actually like seagulls, I would believe they would take this watch and fly away with them.
Yeah, they're just kind of generic birds, aren't they? Hold on,
tropical birds.
Oh no, they aren't generic birds. They kind of look like this is me being stupid. They look like that one Pokemon that turns into the toucan. It looks like the first form.
I thought you were gonna say it does look like that, or the fire.
Is it the second form, not the first form?
I thought you were thinking about the fire bird, like Talonflame or something.
Wait, no. It kind of does look like Fletchinder. Fletchinder.
I think that evolution.
Fletchinder evolves into the big. Oh no, into Talonflame. Okay.
Yeah, that's what am I thinking.
I'm thinking of the.
You're thinking of Toucanon.
Toucan. Yeah. What did Toucanon's baby form look like?
A smaller toucan.
I don't like Toucanon. He just looks like a fucking toucan. I'm sorry.
I like Toucanon, but I used him in when I played that game.
This is extremely important. No, it looks like a pickpeck. These look like Pickapecks.
Okay.
They have a similar color pattern and head shape. So that's what Rocky must be a big Pokemon fan.
But he loved the Alolan games. He loved the Pokemon Alola anime.
I guess they are just inspired after Woodpecker, so maybe I'm wrong.
Big bird guy.
Let's go.
But yeah, we find out that the girl was wearing the watch the entire time. The bird was part of the illusion, and it kind of like he comes out into the background. It's such a cool shot of the dude in front of Dragona. It's like with the knife. It's such a cool shot.
It's really cool. Wait, so he's wearing the watch? Or no, wait.
The bird has the
watch, but the woman
but he's holding the bird. Or the bird's like coming out of his hand, like it's morphing out back into his hand. It's such a weird like shot.
It's not the woman though that has the watch. The woman puts the watch down.
Yeah. Well, you know, the page before you see the watch on the hand of the woman.
You do,
And
but
then
like
because you see the
doesn't.
the bird in the watch is part of his hands. It was fake because his finger is the watch.
I'm
You see?
confused. Yeah, I'm confused at that one shot of her hand though when it zooms into her hand. So it was fake. The whole watch was
Yes,
fake. Oh, okay, I'm
that watch is fake
stupid.
because yeah, she has the watch on their hand.
I'm so stupid. Yes. Okay. And it's like,
Like the bird, like, top of his head is like another bird. It's so cool. Like a character becomes the background. Like
yeah,
even his like his like abs are like the
the
building.
clouds.
It's
It's
so
sick.
cool.
It's very
The,
sick, and also like that shot of when he like stabs Dragona and vanishes
yeah, it's a cool way for a
is
rocket to
scary.
use backgrounds in a unique way because I feel like he is other than like basing him off of real world stuff. It's just a way to actually use it in a sense, like
Hmm.
having fun with it.
It also kind of
Not
reminds me the way that he blends like the background elements. It reminds me of the Paralympics poster he did.
yeah,
Uh, Let me try and find it because
and
the
then
characters are kind of like flying. They're kind of flying in the clouds, but they're also like it's one of this. It's hard to explain. Like it's obviously got like the Great Wave in there, but
but
very
yeah,
cool.
Dragona again. Dragona gets her the rock stolen and then gets stabbed through the neck completely through, and
Yeah,
then he
I think he
disappears
did it
and he
this time.
vanishes.
I think he did it this time, Sam. I think he got her. So
It's
does Dragona is dead? What do you think?
no because smooth operators.
Yeah,
So
they'll
it's a
probably
cool
fix
thing
her
where
up.
like yeah, Jodio November reigns and like basically gets his leg, so he's like stuck, and they're going to use the smooth operators to like pull it outside, so he gets move the wound over to a non-lethal area.
Which that is such a crazy idea of doing that. Like
Pull the
pull it
wound in,
outside, pull the
pull the
wound.
wound outside, so it's fine.
That is so strange. And then like we see the little hands of the smooth operators, which is
The
funny.
em- and, like the emergency operation begins. Like the next chapter is just like them just like doing surgery.
Doing body like full body surgery. That'd be funny.
Yeah. I just love this is also the hustle part one. I love that. That the fact that it's gonna be like a Paco fight. It's so good.
Ooh, could we possibly get Paco backstory in the next chapter? That would be
Is
sick.
it too early for backstory chapters like this? That's not Jodio right now.
I don't know. I feel like we're comfortably in like I could get like a little maybe not like a full backstory chapter, but a couple glimpses. Let's get some
How long did it
glimpses of
take for us
Paco's
to really
backstory.
get like Yashaho backstory?
That took a very long time. Because
Yes.
Yasho kind of vanishes for bits though. She's kind of a background element for
But
parts
then
of
she'll
early
just
part
get
8.
but then she'll get like a flashback chapter of like the hair clip or like the being groomed as a child.
Yeah,
Like all
she
that stuff.
hers was very like late in the I'm just trying to think like did we get any early ones in like part 5? I don't think we really
Early
get too many early like backstory character back cuz like part 5 is when all the characters start to get their backstories. Like that's when JoJo is like, "All right, yeah, we got to give everyone like cool backstory."
in
And
everybody's fight you kind of get their initial backstory, like flashbacks. Everybody kind of gets a flashback.
yeah, I'm
And
trying to
like, well,
think.
Hermes doesn't really get hers until I think the actual Limp Bizkit fight.
Yeah, didn't they do it different in the anime? They actually like pushed her backstory up like when they introduced her.
Probably, I think so.
But yeah, they did wait for her fight. I don't know.
Like,
To me, it feels like a good time. It feels like the right time to
get them in early.
yeah, especially because we're getting a lot of focus on Paco. The whole guy like took Paco's appearance, so we can even do something with that. Like, I'm sure Paco has
Yeah.
insecurities. Doesn't
But
like him
yeah,
being shown up against him.
I think there's also some chapter. Oh, also, I think
liked
there
it.
was like the volume info had about the cats,
Oh, did
and the
it?
cat stand name was Cat Size.
Cat size.
Yes, and it said these are mammals, vertebrates with stand abilities, as Usagi predicted. They intertwine their furs and launch it, where it becomes as hard as wire. Upon making contact, it entangles and constricts. These cats are a unique species native to the island of Hawaii and appear to be highly intelligent.
Interesting.
So yes,
So it looks like Susie Quattro is the reference.
okay.
I just looked at the song. Someone said, "Sorry guys, the JoJo fans take this song."
Nice, great.
I want to go
Sorry.
Jungle Warfare. Yeah, hilarious. Good job, guys. You're very funny. Not as many comments as you'd expect, though. All right.
Thank God.
That was chapter 10. I liked it. It was pretty good. Rocky.
Awesome.
Rocky's
Probably.
really doing it.
Yeah, these chapters have been great. And I said, and just seeing everybody kind of using their stand in this chapter, other than Usagi, is like pretty cool. I love that, and I love JoJo CQC when it's not just punch ghosts.
It's so fucking cool when it's not just punch ghosts.
Like you only got a little bit of that in part 8 when Gappy fought the twins.
Mm-hmm.
And he does the aura punch, or aura jab more so, but.
It's fun.
I like it, and I was like, it's gonna be fun rereading the chapters that came out this year, and kind of like, or just every chapter came out, just to see which one's my favorite. Probably will be this one.
Probably this one. It's gonna be hard just visually to compete with this one. Yeah, that'll be really fun. Yeah, look forward to that, guys. We're gonna do that in the new year.
In the new year, yes, and yeah. Anything else to say about the chapter? I guess, or any predictions you can make? Because I don't think we really much to go on other than, like, yeah, Dragona will survive, because we just gave Dragona the chapter cover spread, and we're just going to kill Dragona off.
We're going to kill Dragona off.
Neck wound.
She will die of a neck wound. Yeah, she'll be fine.
Yeah.
It would be crazy if they killed Dragona off this early, though.
How do you think they can stop or kill or capture this person, do you think?
I think we kind of saw like a little tease into it. I feel like November Rain's got to just get it,
because make the wet sand make them mud. Like every wet villain's weakness, or
anytime that Spider-Man fights Sandman, yes.
Sandman or Hydra Man, you just got to throw sand or mud in the other one and make them in the mush.
I really think that I mean, it makes sense like logically that if you can get him like right under the November Rain, then he'll just be like totally fucking paralyzed. Like he'll be immobile.
Yeah. Well, he's only got the leg, so maybe he'll like dust off the leg, leave it there, and run away or something. I don't know. He has the rock. That's all he needs to get away with to whoever, because he's not a mafia. Because like he was just bullshitting. Like he belongs to somebody else or on his own. Like. That makes it interesting. Like I want to know more about the villain side now. I'm happy to finally see like a humanoid villain.
I know, it's so cool.
Interesting. I'm curious to see where it goes, but I can't. I just want to see more of this guy. I want to see more of his ability and whatever prediction. You have a prediction what his stand's gonna be called?
No.
This one better be Dustin to win.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna pick one randomly. I'm gonna say. Let's say he looks for an artist from 1984. Wait, no.
1984.
Artist from 1972. I'm just going to look up a random music artist from 1972.
Song titles with the word sand in it.
No, I'm not even going to do that. Pop hits? No. I want not
Surfing USA.
I want underground. All right, let's see. He's going to make a Hawkwind reference. There's going to be a Hawkwind reference. That's what I'm going to call. It's going to be a Hawkwind.
It's going to also be Earth, Wind, and Fire.
That would be fucking funny.
But, yeah.
All right.
Anything else? Do we, I guess, do the root beer talk?
It's time for root beer talk, Sam.
I guess, do you want to go first? Before we talk about the thing, I guess, we both been playing, do you just want to talk about the unique stuff, I guess?
I guess so. I honestly don't even know what I'm coming in to talk about. Actually, I do know what I'm coming in to talk about. I watched this a while ago, but I didn't talk about it on the podcast, so I will talk about it now. I watched the Urusei Yatsura movie 2, known as Beautiful Dreamer. So if you're familiar with the anime franchise with Lum, the girl with the Oni girl that flies around and is in love with the boy. You've seen her. There was a movie it was a huge franchise in the 70s and 80s, and there was a few movies actually, in the 80s, and the second movie inexplicably was directed by Mamoru Oshii, who did Angel's Egg and Ghost in the Shell, among many other incredible masterpiece anime films, and he directs this whole movie about the characters from this like kind of
These
joke
horny
harem,
characters.
these horny joke rom-com characters. But the story is so like incredible, and it's kind of a Groundhog's Day thing. And the story itself is intriguing. It's got like the good mystery element, but just like the scenes are so amazing. Mamoru Oshii has like this incredible sense of vibe that he captures in scenes. Like there's a part, so the main characters in Urusei Yatsura, they all love Lum.
The titular alum.
They love the well, she's not titular. Well, I guess she is the what are they, Urusei Yatsura, I think translates to like those pesky invaders or something. So yeah, whatever. All the guys love Lum, and they call themselves Lum Stormtroopers. And
Lummers.
In this, I wish they called themselves Lummers. In this movie, they're literally they're setting up a like Nazi bar, like at their student council club is like, oh yeah, we're the Lum Stormtroopers. We're gonna make like a German 1940s theme bar.
Oh God.
So there's a part where they like take a Kubelwagen, like the German fucking like car, like the whatever, out on the town, and like they're just sitting at like a red light for maybe like 3 minutes, and this like eerie parade of like ghosts walks by, and it's like intoxicating. Like the scenes in this movie are so incredible, and like I have almost no connection to the Urusei Yatsura franchise, and I just was like loving every second of this amazing masterpiece of a movie.
It's like one of those weird collabs, like that was it. But didn't the Lupin Miyazaki? Was it Miyazaki who did that one?
Yeah, Miyazaki did Castle Cagliostro.
Yeah, it's like a random collab of like just the fifth movie or the third movie of Lupin. And it's just like, oh yeah, they just did it. And it's like awesome.
Like, oh wow, this is like a masterpiece. Like,
yeah,
it's funny because I wonder if at the time it was like, oh well, this is a big franchise, so we know that we can get budget for it. Like we know we can get funding for like a big ambitious project. So they're like, oh yeah, let's hand it to like some of these really visionary. Because at the time, I don't really know what Mamoru Oshii had done at the time. Because like Angel's Egg, I think was like 87. And then the Ghost in the Shell was like 94. So I don't really know what he had done at the time, but damn, honestly, if you're just like chilling, you don't even have to listen to it. Just like put on Beautiful Dreamer and watch it, and it's fucking gorgeous. I mean, also it's an 80s anime, and like
if you like
a movie,
people
it looks
being
gorgeous.
Horny, perverted characters, like that's all you think you're gonna miss from dialogue.
That's true.
That is one of the horniest, like old harem kind of shows, or the. I think
I
started like waifu culture.
People say that Ranma is one of the first anime harems, but really, I mean, to me, Urusei Yatsura from the same creator feels way more like the first one, because I think that was started in the 70s. I think she started in the 70s.
She trailblazed a lot of like tropes and trends, I guess. So
Rumiko Takahashi she's a real one. She's a fucking real one. We love her.
Very nice. That's on Crunchyroll, right?
It was, yeah. Actually, it is on Crunchyroll. The dub is though, which I watched it with some friends. We watched the dub. It was like goofy, bad dub from the time, but I mean, I'm watching it for the visuals. Like,
you're not watching for the plot.
Exactly. Oh, he also did the Patlabor movie. I need to watch that.
Okay. Oh, they know that.
I was wrong. Angel's Egg came out in 85.
Oh.
Ugh.
Okay. Anything else then you have been playing or watching?
No, you can go.
Okay. I guess a couple quick ones. I played and beat at Mega Man X4, which is the one that had the hilariously bad cutscenes. The "What am I fighting for" cutscene. The game's a lot of fun. I played as Zero, which is a completely different way to play those kind of games, which is all you have is melee. And it's a lot of fun. I like that one a lot. I love the Mega Man X games, or at least the first couple of those. I've also played Lethal Company recently. I had like one really big session with a bunch of random people, and it was so much fun. Like, it's such a fun way to use like area or proximity chat. And like just like every monster has like a different gimmick, and like just so many scenarios you can just get yourself into even with random people. I had like so much fun, like, and shat my pants like 30 times.
Like, that does sound like a lot of fun.
And I was like,
I've seen
it's
a
only
lot
like
of funny
$10
clips
on
from it.
Steam if you have like, a couple friends, and like they also have like people, the big modding community that people have like like multi-man lobbies and everything, and like a bunch of fun different things in there, and I recommend completely to play that. And last thing is, you've been only got like halfway through the game, but I beat Liza P. You're only halfway through, so like without like spoilers, game's fantastic. It's probably the best Souls-like game out there. It feels very good to play. It's like a mix of like Bloodborne and Sekiro, I guess is the best way to describe it.
I really like it a lot. It's to me, yeah, the obvious inspiration is Bloodborne visually and like aesthetically, but it really focuses on the parrying, which I was happy about because it's actually harder in
It's
ways
very
than
hard.
Sekiro with the parrying, because Sekiro has like a really forgiving parry time, where this one you need to like actually intentionally parry. Like you can't spam it, you can't cheese it.
Yeah, you could actually. There is one way you can. There's like one specific thing you can get to like kind of cheese it for a short time, but like, which I only did for the final boss fight because I had to change up my entire play scheme
That's very
for
funny.
my prior play style.
Don't you love when you have to do that for a
I
final
love it.
boss?
Yeah, I had to change up my arm and the grindstone and all this stuff just so I could like have a chance. But that whole last area, like one of those games, it doesn't like suffer that like From Software last quarter of the game kind of decline they
Yeah.
usually have.
It is
You
funny
know,
how there is kind of one of those.
like
It feels
yeah, cause
like
like
I don't want to say
they,
rushed, but it feels like the final areas are not as well considered.
they're usually like clunky, like an oversized, clunky boss fight towards the end. Either the final boss is usually like underwhelming, and like usually like one boss in between there that's rad as hell, but like. But Liza P, the last area has like one of the coolest bosses like I've had to go against.
I'm very
Like
excited. The last boss that I fought was the King of Puppets, and I
that one's
really
rad as
fucking love
hell.
that. Just like I couldn't get over how good the music was for that
Music's
fight.
great. Have you listened to, and also like the records you can listen to have some
Yes.
fantastic music in there.
I've only found one. I'm like halfway. Apparently, I'm halfway into the game, and I've only found one still, and I'm mad because it's Feel. The track is Feel. It's probably the first one most people get,
Yeah,
and it's a great song. And I'm like, what other secret great songs are there that I just don't have access to? Like, I don't know where to
you,
find the records.
you do find a couple of them, but there's some of like if they did drop after like a boss fight and you missed it, it will show up on your fast travel.
Oh,
It's the same
interesting.
thing like it does with like quest markers. Like I love that it shows that.
It's
Like
actually really rad. It's one of those little tiny quality of life things, but like seeing, oh, there's characters for me to talk to at home base. Like, awesome.
there's some fantastic quality of life, but yeah, the game does not let down at all. Like
That's so sick. I have like so many thoughts about it that aren't really formed yet. But like normally I'm very much kind of a poo poo when something is not an original idea. But I can't argue, like the game is fun. Like there is like a lot of originality within, but it really
yes,
does just feel like they like I know there's a lot of Souls like games out there. I have
yeah,
not played one that is literally like this feels like it could have been just like a Bloodborne mod. Like that's kind of the vibe I get.
it feels good. It
And it
like
does feel good. Yeah, that's a big part of it. It's like that there's a lot of Souls like out there that don't feel good. That feel
too many,
floaty.
some would say.
Yeah.
I can go to Steam right now and look up the Souls like genre and be like, nope, nope, nope.
There's a yeah, I think it's a really fine line to thread between like making something feel impossible and then because it's like floaty or clunky, and then making something that feels impossible but like you can master it. Like
I think the
this
only
is that
negative
kind of
I
game.
have are that the summons are too strong,
Yes,
which
I
which I
agree.
heard. I heard that originally that the summons were not that strong, and that's why they buffed them. And they made them too strong. I feel because you can get like items that can like buff the summons now, like later
Yeah.
on in the game. And I'm just like, oh, this is for like before that. But there are some boss fights that like the summons are like perfectly helpful and like don't make it super easy because they still die early on in the fight. They're just a distraction for like at least get past the phase.
Yeah,
But
and I
that's like done toward
think
like the end of the game. The first half is your just like escape button.
knowing that they were buffed apparently is interesting because in my opinion the summons are probably the worst like inherited aspect from the Souls games, because like they didn't do multiplayer, which makes sense because like story wise it would be a little bit harder to justify the multiplayer thing, which is
He had
fine.
another puppet.
Yeah, I mean you could easily just like do something like that, but I like the idea of it simplifying it and not making it like hidden, because sometimes like in Bloodborne some of the summons are like hidden in like really weird spots.
Oh yeah. I remember
and
for
they're quite
Ludwig,
far.
you have to
Yes!
take like a sprint to get back to it, and you need that summon.
That was the one that I was thinking of, and like that one sucks because he can get like pulled by a lot of the like enemies in the area, and they are tough, and they will like the mobs will just kill him.
Yeah, time you take a sprint to the fog wall, and you look around, look behind you, and like, oh no.
You see like the distant health bar like going down, like oh no.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that they made it more seamless. Like it literally the summon is there. Like you can activate it right by the door, but it feels like too much of an easy button. Like
Yeah, this one you have like limited amount of them, but they drop from normal enemies, so you just have plenty of summons.
Yeah, and I not to say that like I mean ultimately this is kind of the whole like difficulty thing, a difficulty option thing. Like I don't have to engage with it. Like I like to do summons in these games because it makes the fights more fun, I think. But in this game, I've resigned myself to I will not use these summons unless I'm extremely desperate to get through a fight because they're too easy.
One fight I think coming up or near coming up for you that I think you might use it, because I had that thought in the fight.
The puppet, the Puppet King fight in particular was one that I was like, I cannot use the one. Like, using a summon here would make this fight too easy. Like, it's all about like learning the patterns of it. Like, that's what's really important here.
Well, luckily there are a couple fights in there where like you don't get a summon. There's no
that's
summon
cool.
opportunity.
I like that.
And oh boy. Get good, boy. Get good, or equip a different arm, because your missile shooting arm is not going to be very helpful for this.
No, I don't like that one. I like the electricity arm.
It's good when you upgrade it and you get this one P organ that lets you recharge your arm slowly.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's like the best. It literally changed up my gameplay with the arm, because I can just recharge my missile arms.
Yeah, you don't use it 2 times.
I don't have 3.
Yeah,
I don't have 3 only.
That's key. That's great. Also, yeah, the upgrades are really good. I mean, this has just become a Liza P talk, but the upgrades I think are pretty substantial. The way that they're integrated, they did a good job.
Even the arms like scale off whatever you play, because I played like the dexterity one, so like the arms that best used for me were like the missile arm. I think the grappling hook one, and I think the shield arm was like pretty good. Those are like the 3 ones I used. The shield arm became necessary towards the end of that game. But it's good. It's very good. I'm glad. I'm kind of doing like playing a bunch of games. I kind of like my backlog right now, so I'm playing Yakuza 2 now after Liza P. So, but hopefully next year I can play Elden Ring DLC and the Liza P DLC.
I would love for Elden Ring DLC to become real.
Get back to streaming that again. But good game. I like it a lot.
All right.
I think if I looked on my Steam wrap up, I think that's probably like one of the games I played the most of. Like that.
All right. I think I'm ready to end this.
All right. I guess I'll plug up the many holes in people's necks then.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening. If you like the episode, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Have a happy holiday, because this is the last JOKAKA of the year, and Christmas is coming very soon. So have a good holiday and a great new year from JOKAKAKA.
Aw, thank you very much.
And if you like that, you have to follow the podcast on Twitter, or me and Jim's handles are on there separately. And you can also, if you want your name shouted out in the next JOKAKA episode, you can also leave whatever you're comfortable leaving on our Patreon. And with that, I think we have like Jujutsu Kaisen probably the last video of the year until next year.
It's true. Our much anticipated
finale.
Wrap-up finale. I can't wait.
I know. If you want to hear our thoughts about that, stay tuned for the last 3 episodes, because the wait's been killing me. I literally cannot wait. But hey, next year, Jim, we'll have Chainsaw Man movie.
Like, that is exciting. Now you got me.
We'll have Chainsaw Man, more JoJo. Who know? And maybe we'll get a part 7 announcement.
It's funny because I remember, I think on our podcast with Medi, we'd actually like joked about, or I had joked about them making a movie out of the Reze arc. Because I felt like the best way to handle that. And I think Medi was like, no.
Well, I'm happy for getting a movie.
I'm psyched. I think that's probably the best option.
But I feel sorry for the Mappa crew because I see all the memes of like the Mappa employee after getting out of anime and Jujutsu Kaisen like walked into the storyboards of Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, there is a serious like I know there's been a lot of discussion about how like crunched the anime industry is, but this is like seemingly like new unforeseen levels of employee abuse.
Yeah.
Even more so than in Studio Ghibli, which I thought was the absolute worst.
Damn. And then next year we'll also have, I guess, other than One Piece manga discussion, we'll probably have the if I think that One Piece or the One Piece comes out next year.
Honestly, that's fucking sick.
Like we might do something about that, and
who
knows?
I love the idea of adapting One Piece, not like shot for shot in the
Brotherhood
manga.
style or Hunter x Hunter style, where you'd like.
Oh, that sounds fucking awesome.
And we're also getting a Hunter x Hunter fighting game by the people that made Marvel 3.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it's the studio that made
I didn't hear
Marvel
about
3.
this.
It's the studio that made Marvel 3 among many other games. I think they did DNF Duel. They did a lot of degenerate fighting games. And so I am excited to see in all the fighting game memes I've seen from Hunter x Hunter. Like, I'm in there, baby.
Oh, that's gonna be sick. Just knowing like
it was like my face when my opponent who's playing Knuckle like does his level 3 and makes me take out a small interest.
Yeah, I have to start doing like loan calculations for the next 4 years.
Like, I'm so excited for that game. Like, we're sure to see more shortly, but I'm excited. And like, who knows? I think we still maybe like another anime that me and or Jim have never seen before, and we discussed about. I would love to watch and talk about Dan because I hear a lot of good things, and the anime's coming out that looks awesome.
I really want to read that manga.
Like the anime's coming very shortly, and it looks great.
Also, I saw they announced an anime for Dead Demons. What's it called? Dead Demons Destruction. Which also looks cool, and it's not to Dan, even though it sounds pretty good.
Oh, and next year we're getting the Ranger Reject anime adaptation, which I'm super excited for because that's currently one of my favorite mangas right now.
Damn, everything's getting adapted.
I know. I'm so happy it's getting adapted because that shit's great. That man just buried his teeth in the quintessential quintuplet so he can write his whatever he wanted afterwards.
Oh, that's the quintessential quintuplets guy?
Yep. And he's writing. This is what he wanted to do originally, but he kind of had to do his romance manga to like get a foot manga in a magazine. So and he like this is what he wanted to do, and it's great.
We've talked about Quinn, and I've long wanted to read it just because I know that there is a winner. Like knowing that one of the girls wins,
she must win.
Like knowing that it's a harem with a victor makes me so interested in picking one and then hoping she wins.
We'll go in the Ranger Reject with you only reading quintessential quintuplets and me not, but me reading the manga and knowing tokusatsu like Super Sentai shit more. Like that's great. I would love to do that so much. And and don't forget, it's called Ranger Rejects, not Go Loser Rangers. Remember.
Go Loser Rangers.
But that's everything, I guess. Then, and I guess we'll see you in 2024.
It'd be funny if in the quintessential quintuplets one of them is like a baby and he's just
what's funny about that?
It'd be like, oh damn, we're gonna accidentally end up with the baby. That'd be funny if that was like part of the.
One of them's gimmick is probably that they're very short.
Yeah, you're right.
Because they all have the same hair, so it's just like
the same hair color.
Same hair color. I hate the gimmick. It is interesting that they do a harem where one is definitive choice, but no one's gonna be happy with it.
It's awesome. It's incredible.
Yeah, well, next year's the year of the harems where we just discuss like popular harems like as the episode.
It's like how there's like a year of Luigi, like there's a year of the harem.
What is the most popular harem of all time, anime wise?
Or
manga wise? anime and or manga wise.
I mean, it's hard to say. It's like I would say Ranma probably at a time was, but like that was ages ago. That can't be true anymore. Like
High School DxD.
High School DxD probably is a more contemporary one.
High School the Dead.
It's not a harem. I mean,
what are you saying? High School the Dead is not a harem?
Well, I thought you said like long running harem.
It doesn't have to be long running. It's the most like well known or popular one.
High School DxD is like a one season, right?
Maybe had a couple seasons, but
sorry, I meant High School of the Dead.
High School had one season, but I'm pretty sure that she like finished a manga run. I'm trying to remember what would possibly be like the most famous harem. I'm gonna if I Google most popular harem of all time, I'm horrified what my search result will be.
All right, most famous harem is the one that Suleiman the Magnificent had. He had apparently hundreds of women and eunuchs in his service.
Let's see. Funny enough, the first one that comes up is High School DxD.
I believe.
Oh my god! Of all time. Oh, this is a list made this month of the. Oh my god! I have to go off this horrible Game Rant's horrible website.
Yeah, this is like just SEO bullshit. Everything's
girlfriend. I never heard of it.
I've heard of Girlfriend.
The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really, Really Love You.
Oh my god, one guy said Monmu's his favorite.
Monmu is great. I do love Monmu, though.
Monogatari,
Amagami. Saber Marionette.
Clannad is that was an old school one.
Don't put How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. Okay, I know the correct answer, Jim. It's Konosuba. No, it's Konosuba.
Konosuba is, yeah.
It's actually Shield Hero. Or Rent a Girlfriend.
All his slaves. All his fucking slaves.
Or Rent a Girlfriend.
Alright, I'm done with this. Let's end this shit.
See you. I guess we'll see you all next year.
See you in the new millennium. See you in the new millennium.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.